Well, the first key, of course, is the commitment from the shareholders. That's, of course, key, that they want to be in this business. And that with Enza Zaden, the shareholders are very committed to staying independent. One of the shareholders, the family owns 70% of the shares, and they definitely are very committed to stay independent. Of course, to stay independent, you have to be having an operation that is, has sustainable, profitable growth. And with Enza, I think we are very glad that we can perform very well, so we can stay independent. We to have the sustainability, we invest a lot of money back into research. Profitable, we set ourselves targets for growth. I mean, the vegetable seed world, basically the market chart increases about 7% per year. So you have, as a company, you already want to grow at least that to stay competitive. And the second point is, of course, to have a economy of scale. Enza is definitely within the 10 biggest seed companies in the world, and we are growing very fast. So all those components together, they contribute to us to being very well capable of staying independent for the foreseeable future, and that's what we want. Our most important vegetables for the United States are definitely the lettuces, the leafy crops in the Salinas areas. We're very excited about offering a number of specialties. The big shippers, they really want to separate themselves and have specialties, new items, long shelf life of material. We're very strong with upcoming products. Our second biggest crop is spinach. We are very excited about some new, but longer lasting resistances against the mildew. We're excited about that. In onions, we have some very nice new varieties coming with nice skin that enable mechanical harvest of shorty onions, which is very important. Baby leaf seed, we have very new varieties. We are offering now a very exciting portfolio of organic varieties. Organic is very important for us, organic seeds. So we have a lot of interesting materials coming. Definitely because of, again, economy of scales. So we really have a worldwide organization that helps you to stay creative. We do get a lot of, as I say, creativity, a lot of breeders from all those markets who put their heads together and come up with creative ideas with new products. We have access to all the modern genetics, all the disease resistances worldwide, so we really get a good package of disease-resistant material for the United States market. So it's really a win-win situation for the US market to have that broad of a seed company servicing. More and more. That's an interesting question. I think Enza is one of the most innovative marketing segments that we are servicing is, for example, the Campari market. Campari is probably the best tasting market in the whole United States. So taste is very important for us. We are very important in a segment of mini conical peppers, the one-bite peppers. So convenience is very important for our customers, and we go more and more in that direction. We are in the process of releasing peppers with higher vitamin C percentages. So health is important, shelf life is important. So it's a whole bunch of attributes. We are launching Tirreno on the East Coast, a very nice, very good tasting melon. So that's just in a nutshell 4, 5, 6 benefits that really affect the consumer. Health, taste, convenience. And that's exactly what the consumer wants. And that's why we're so excited with Enza about where we go with our product line. For Enza Zaden in the United States, we have launched about 4 or 5 years ago a new breeding program for tomatoes in Florida. We're very excited about launching our first tomato varieties in that new market segment for us. We are very excited about launching an almost complete organic portfolio of organic seeds produced. organic seed market is definitely on the upswing for us. We want to be ready when the rules and regulations change. We know there's a trend, and we just want to be ready when it all happens, when the legislation is going to be obligating the growers to use organic seeds for their organic produce. We think it's going to happen, and we want to be ready for that. Very exciting development for us. And we see a lot of new specialties in the lettuce market coming along for us, where we are very strong in that segment to offer shelf life, color, convenience. And so those are some of our highlights, I think. I think there are non-GMO solutions with new genetics, with new technologies that you can really find methods or crossing programs that maybe 10-15 years ago were not possible, and now we can, we have either resistances or you have solutions so that you don't need genetically modified organisms. We see that happening. And then you would need a patent for that, but you would not have to have a GMO, so you don't have to go through a very expensive legislation, testing, so it would make it much easier. And the big plus, of course, that the acceptance for the public would be without question, because there's still this big question for the public, although there are, of course, watermelons, sorry, not watermelons, sweet corn and squash is already available, bought now by the consumer already, GMO, but the acceptance for non-GMO is, we see that as a big plus. Enza is not against GMO techniques. We really think there are advantages to it that might not be resolved in other ways, drought resistance and some other resistances. We believe as Enza that there are other options, other possibilities, non-GMO solutions for problems. So we are very strong looking for non-GMO solutions to currently GMO modified genetics. We don't believe in tying up through patents and making inaccessible all the genetics that are at this moment is happening in the seed world. We think that's wrong, because that really blocks the variability and the diversity. We do believe on licensing genetics, but then at a fair price. So we don't think it's fair that those genetics should become available for everybody without a price. But it should be reasonable, but it should be accessible. And I think that's mostly our starting point. So there's 4 or 5 points. I think that's what we believe in.